All right, we are now recording. I'm going to share my screen now. Okay. All right, everybody, welcome. We are flying through the class now, if you can believe that or not. It's pretty soon we're going to be for a winter break, and then we go from there. So just so remember, right, this lesson is going to be recorded for learning purposes. And classroom expectations, make sure you follow along with the Nearpod lesson. Use the chat tool respectfully and appropriately. And then also respond to questions the first time so we can keep moving along. Somebody asked a good question. They said winter break is the 22nd. I believe so. I believe it starts on the Wednesday. Wait, maybe it's, I don't know. I'm going to have to look it up. For some reason,
it's the 22nd to the 31st. No, it's the 22nd to the, I think the 7th.
Oh, yeah, 22nd to, I don't think it's to the 7th. It's to the 3rd because we have 1 week that we come back. Let me actually flip over here to our class here, okay? Because I do have some of the, that's what I should have done at first, right? I should have looked it up here instead of my other screen on my computer. As we see, today's the 29th. Then we have the 6th final exam. I'm going to have you guys try to do by the 17th. So winter break is the 22nd, which is a Wednesday. I knew it was a Wednesday. And then the end of the block is the 7th. So you actually have this week to kind of catch up. But I think most teachers, this is just a catch-up week, right, until the end of the block. So if you're done in all your classes, you probably have until the 7th, just like you were saying, okay? But some teachers may still want you to come in. But that's kind of where we're at. Crazy, crazy how fast it goes, okay? All right, so today, where you're going to find your lesson real quick, you're going to go lesson 5 about culture, and I'll send these instructions in eventually in the chat, so you have these, and you can get started with that when we finish here. So the lesson today, what we're going to be talking about, culture, okay? Culture is just so different depending on where you live. Your, what we call, I guess, your learning history. So who you've kind of grown up with. It deals your culture, right? Because what I want you to do today is you're going to do a little bit of like introspection. So you're going to think about yourself, okay? And you're going to think about basically what your culture is, okay? And that's what we're going to do on the assignment. So your objective today is giving a Google Deck slide. What you can do is you'll either copy or either copy it into your own Google Slides, or you can download it as a PowerPoint or whatever you want to do. And you're just going to make a slide that's going to have a couple things on there, okay? One, you're going to put your name on there. You will add your location of kind of where you are. I don't want like your house address, right? I'm just thinking like city, town, country, okay? And I'm going to show you how all to do this. At least 2 points of view you have. Now, a point of view is basically sense of place, point of view, your perspective, and your relative values of the set culture as demonstrated by the example with 80% accuracy across one trial. So I know that kind of sounds like a lot, but it's really easy to make. And I'll show you mine in a little bit. But let's walk through some things about what culture is so you can start thinking about your own culture, okay? And what that kind of means to you. So culture is basically defined in the dictionary as the social and intellectual formation and the totality of society, transmission, behavior patterns, arts, beliefs, etc. At the center is the self, including your gender, in part influenced by other cultures within your personal system. Okay. Yep, he's back. It looks like. That's good. Or moved. So you really got to think about what your likes are, all that kind of stuff. Okay, we're going to watch this little video about what culture is. And so this takes a little while. So here we go. I also want to let you know this video is about just different cultures around the world. Okay.
In such a rush to beat the crime. Forget what I said.
All right. So the very end of that, it talked about you know, I am proud of my culture. Okay. So hopefully you're kind of thinking about that. Yes, there's lots of different lifestyles there, definitely. And that's what I'm trying to have you guys think of is around the world, there's so many different places, right? But we have our own. Okay. We have our own stuff. So what I want you to do here on the near pod is what is your background? So for example, origin, where your family lives, etc. Okay. So that's what you mark on this one. And if you keep these, what you're writing on here, you can actually take what you're taking and put it into your little slide that you're going to be doing at the very end. And that will be your exit ticket / assignment for this week. Okay. So you want to put in what? Sure. Okay. So born in Salt Lake City, Utah. I live in Tooele, Utah now. Perfect. Good. So some other origins you could say, you know, like what's your heritage, like where you come from. So for example, I traced my heritage back to England and Ireland, and so that's where mine is. So born in Colorado, but I live in Utah. Very good. So remember when we talked about migration not too long ago? My family's from Uruguay. Oh, awesome. That's very cool. And so you're going to have probably from being your family from Uruguay, you're going to have all kinds of different things rather than somebody was there. Okay. Born in Utah, but I'm in Roy. Okay. I came from a Native American family, but I was adopted. Very cool. Born in the house you live in now. Awesome. Consistency is always good too. Born in Mexico. Okay. You're going to have some different kind of ideas, learning history than other people, which is awesome, right? I think being able to learn from other people. Okay. My mom traveled. She was from Canada, but when she was 9, she moved to New Mexico. Then came around 18-year-old, but I was born in West Valley City. Cool. Okay. So live in Heber City, Utah. Mom did a test on her DNA to show that her family is part Mexican and I think a little Irish. Very cool. Born in Salt Lake City. My mom is from New Zealand and dad's from Mexico. Very cool. I was born in Las Vegas, but I live in Utah. Born in Kentucky. Lived in Oklahoma for 10 years. Moved to Indiana for 2 months. Okay. Moved to Utah and have lived here for 2 years. My family came from over in England, so I was a relative to 12% of the Mayflower. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So a lot of early people coming over and settled the United States, the Americas. My family is all from California. And that's where you're born. Very good. Okay, so that would be like what your background is, okay? What is your background? And from those backgrounds, we get certain perspectives, right? We have certain likes. We have certain dislikes, that kind of stuff, okay? All right, let's move to the next little box real quick, okay? It says, what is your point of view on life, okay? So, for example, I like how things are, or what would you like to change, okay? So, one thing that I like, right, or I would like to change is I like to have less houses built by me, okay? Hard, depressing, fun, and yet, okay. Okay. I like to see the world in a way that we could change in a better way. Yep. So better improvement of the world. Okay. Very good. You'd like to move. Okay. So that's something you could talk about. We talked about migration before, why people want to move, right? I said one of the places I like to go is Florida because I like how warm it is there. I like the tropics. I like that kind of stuff. I would like to travel and just leave America. Okay. I think it's good to see other perspectives and other places in the world. I mean, just like we saw in the video there, there's so many different places we could kind of go. I like living close to family sometimes. I'm with you. Thanksgiving, I had a lot of family, and I'm glad not to have so much family right now. But most times, I just want my own private island. Okay. Yeah, I think kind of being secluded, being alone a little bit's kind of fun. I would like to change how humanity treats another, nature, and our political and court system. Yeah, I mean it's hard when you see injustices, right, and not having that control over it, right? So maybe be in a place where you could have control. I see that. I just think everyone is selfless and kind. I try to help others so much. That's great, right? Being able to get out there and help others. I think that's a good endeavor. I would like to live on a ranch somewhere hot without many people. I don't like it too hot though. That's my thing. But I like that. One of the shows I watch is like Life Below Zero, and it's kind of cool because they just live away from people. You know, they make things themselves. Okay. I love the good things in life, the comforts, the memories I make with my family and friends, the things that I'll be able to create and accomplish. I love being able to create things. I hear you, and accomplish things. Yep. Sometimes with wife it could be simpler. Yep. It is kind of complicated. We've made it pretty complicated, even though we have all these conveniences. Because as the Jennifer go by, keeps getting more complicated. I would agree, right? The more people, I think the more people and the more structure you try to have, the more ideas and stuff like that. And that's kind of what makes it a little bit complicated, right? Like to live in Canada close to my family. Cool. I would also love to live in hot spots like California St. George. Okay. All right. Very good. Okay, remember to kind of keep these that you're writing down because you can put them in the slide at the very end, okay? All right, got one more question for you real quick. Here we go. What is a preferred activity that you do that defines you? So, for example, some people play piano, right? Somebody already put on baking and cooking. That's fantastic. You know exactly what you like. Gymnastics, gaming, etc. Okay. It's really good to find just some type of hobby that you like to do, right? Music, I love playing video games and to kickboxing. My cookie business, yep, and technical theater. That's awesome. You have a cookie business. I don't know what it is, but lately I've just been addicted to cookies. I love any type of cookie right now. Very good. Okay, songwriting, singing, listening to music. Okay, I like listening to music too. That's one thing. Oh, somebody said on the chat. So cookies are the best. Pumpkin chocolate chip cookies. Ooh, this time of year with pumpkin, can't beat it. I'm gonna be honest. Very good. Okay, somebody said basketball. Somebody said art and music. Okay, listening to music, letting the vibes transfer their energy, playing my violin, basically music, something that deeply defines me. Love it. Yet there's things that we just like to do and it gets us out, right? Very cool. One of the things I like to do is just getting out in nature, right? So we went down on the Arizona Strip during Thanksgiving break, We went to a place called White Pockets. We had to have a 4-wheel drive vehicle to get in there. It's really sandy and stuff. And so somebody, they want cookies now. I agree with you. I want cookies too. I was just gonna say this, the beautiful like nature you can kind of get out in. Cookie dough is good too. Oh, you're gonna tempt me. I gotta stop eating that kind of stuff. Okay. Somebody said horseback riding. Yep. Music, art, drawing mostly. Playing basketball, working on my uncle's farm, working out. All very good things that kind of defy. Yeah. Oh, I gotta tell you guys real quick. So I made cookies one time, and you know how they put M&Ms sometimes in cookies? If you get those caramel M&Ms and put them in the cookies so they kind of melt it, ooh, it's really good because then you got the caramel chocolate. That's good. Idea for your cookie business right there. Just telling you. I think I just made something new for you. All right. Okay. All right. So this is an example, okay, that I'll give you like what you guys can do. So this is my background. So my name is Mr. Hancock. I grew up in like a rural part of Ogden. I'm the oldest of 5 kids. I lived there for most of my life, with the exception of a couple years where I went to the United Kingdom. So that's in England, near Manchester is where I was mostly at. Currently live in West Haven, Utah. I'm married and have 3 children. That's an outdated photo. I need to get a more updated photo. My perspectives, I just follow most of the customs that are present in Utah culture, fairly conservative, kind of libertarian-ish, and on business practices. I feel that if you are innovative and work hard, you can succeed at stuff. My preferences is I like to participate in CrossFit. I'm not good at it, but I like it. I love boating. I love being outdoors. I would like to go anywhere on vacation. If I could go anywhere on vacation, I'd go to either like the Caribbean, like tropical area, like I talked about, or Alaska, because I love those 2 places. And I would rather live in a warmer climate, because I talked to you guys about that already. Okay. All right. So this is what you guys will do. So if you go to this culture aspect of thing, okay, let me throw this in the chat for you guys. Okay. Just going to copy this. Oh, that didn't do it. Oh. Oh, that should do it. Okay. So the first link that I put on there, let me click on it. Is that going to let me click on it? Oh, now it's all highlighted. Hold on. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like, okay? It'll take you to this document right here. And if you go to the second page, so this is my example that I just shared with you. If you go to the second page, and if you go File, you can either go Download, you can download it to a PowerPoint, or you can make a copy into your Google Drive, and then you just put Selected Slide, and you copy that, and it will put you in wherever place you want. And then it will be your own, and then you can start just writing things in on it, okay? And you can use kind of my example of what I put right here, okay? So that is what your assignment is for this week, okay? I do have that YouTube link that I sent in the chat, I believe, as well. So if you go to... Wait, that doesn't work. Okay, so if you go to this YouTube link right here, this will show you actually how to, and let me put this just in the chat too, just as
I've got my essay written, and I've been working.
of course there's an advertisement over my stuff, but that will show you how to download it, what you need to do as well if you have issues on there. Okay. All right. So let me put this in the chat too, the single one instead of the big one. All right. Okay. Do you guys have any questions? That I maybe can answer about what you need to do. So once you create that as well, by the way, right, you got to go to here. Oh, it's logging me out. Let's see if it'll let me log in. And you're just going to attach it, right? Attach it or put it in a Google Drive. Just like that. Okay. All right. Mason, you stole the show today, just so you know, with the baby. Okay, I'll stick around, guys, if you have any other questions. But if not, feel free to go.
Is this something we need to present